Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. And today I've decided to film a one brand palette bingo. So I have all of my Unearthly palettes, or all four of them, and I used a random number generator to pick two shades from each palette, and we're gonna create a look today. So hopefully you will enjoy that. I can't wait to show you what the random number generator picked for me. Spoiler alert, it's very shimmer heavy, so it's gonna be kind of fun to see what I can create with that. But that's kind of the theme of this video. In case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, especially eyeshadows, and I love Unearthly, especially in the past couple months. Like, I've been really into Unearthly. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I already primed my lid with the Beauty Bay eyeshadow primer, and now we're gonna take the Spring Magic palette by Unearthly, and one of the shades that the number generator picked for me was the shade Cove, this one, which I think we're gonna use as a main crease shade. It just kind of feels right. So I'm gonna take that one on my cinch brush, and I'm just gonna use this in the outer part, and we're just gonna create the crease. And this one is a really nice neutral because it is pretty dark, but you can really easily blend it into like a soft beigey color. So this one is really nice, and I like the way it looks with my green eyes, or like greenish eyes. This is one of the few neutrals that I actually enjoy wearing. So something like this. And then the second and also last shade from and then the second and also last matte shade that it picked for me is from the Devoured palette, and it's the shade called Devour. So I think I'm gonna use this like kind of flatter packing slash blending brush, and I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line, kind of in the second half of the lower lash line, and I'm gonna try to create like a almost like a slight wing with this. So from the lower lash line, we're kind of gonna extend that a little bit, but just a little bit. So just something like that, like it's very soft, and I think I'm gonna put like a light water activated liner on top of it. I was just like, let's do two shades of each palette so that I get to have at least two shimmers from the All I Ever Wanted palette, and then if the rest will be mattes, we're gonna, like, I'm still gonna be able to figure that out. But I don't know if I have like bad karma or something, but it picked all shimmer shades, which, like, I love shimmer shades. They're usually my favorite shades from the palette, like from every palette, but I pretty much never wear all shimmer looks, so this is kind of a strange position for me to be in, but you know, we'll figure it out. So now the matte portion is done, and we're gonna do the shimmers. So I'm gonna use my NYX glitter primer as always. This is just what I always use and kind of what I need in my life. And now we're gonna start with the Spring Magic palette to just kind of be able to put it aside. And it picked the shade Grimoire, which is like a very neutrally brown. And I think I'm gonna use it just like a little bit outer half, or like outer third of the lid. I think I've only worn this once, so at least I'm gonna get another use of this shade. As you can see, like, it's a very neutrally kind of cooler toned brown, so it's just not really what I'm like crazy for. Like, I don't mind it here in the outer corner, but I don't think I would use it all over the lid. Now we're gonna use the All I Ever Wanted palette, and we have two shimmers here, obviously, which is the shade Undead, this one, and then the shade Afterlife. So I think we're gonna use the shade Undead on the lower lash line, just because it feels right, and I don't know where else to put it. I'm kind of using that in the center, going into that liner. And I'm kind of like connecting it to the liner and blending it into each other and fixing it as we go. Now the shade Afterlife, we're gonna put in the center of the lid. This one is so pretty, but it's a little bit, I don't know, I feel like it will fit this color story really nicely. And actually I might use just my finger. I feel like it looks better with the finger. But this one I feel like is a little bit like, it's probably the most muted cool tone shade in this palette, like genuinely muted shade. So, and that's the All I Ever Wanted done. Now we have the shade Drab from the Devour palette, so we're gonna use that, and I'm gonna use that in the beginning, like so. This one is such a beautiful shade, by the way. It's like such a beautiful multi-chrome. I think I'm gonna use it a little bit on the lower lash line as well. And just like at the absolute beginning of the lower lash line. And now, for the inner corner, we're gonna use the Fall Magic palette. And from the Fall Magic, we have the shades Autumn and Crisp. So we're gonna use the shade Crisp in the inner corner. It's just such a beautiful light green, like kind of almost minty green shade. So we're gonna put it here and here. I think I'm gonna also use it under the brow bone, or like on the brow bone, just because it's such a beautiful shade. Let me kind of blend it a bit better. Okay, so I think this is nice. And then I'm gonna use the shade Autumn in the center of the lid, just like a little bit, and blend it out, just like a little bit of a halo, just like a little bit of a halo. And we're also gonna use, let me find where it is. So I'm gonna use this Chic Glam Sweet Cheeks Blush Trio as a blush. I'm gonna use the lightest version. I have the, this palette is called Private Cabana, like the version of it. And we're just gonna use this as a blush. Is it maybe too orange and like warm toned? Maybe, but I just kind of, I don't know. I feel like doing a warmer blush today. I didn't want to do the middle shade today. I feel like this look is very dark and I just want to kind of cool toned. So I want to go against that a little bit and bring some warmth and just some brightness into the skin. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to use the shade, what is it, Autumn? Yes, Autumn, as a highlighter, because it's such a beautiful blushy highlighter. And I've actually used it on my face multiple times. Like, this is definitely not the first time I'm doing this. This is probably like my most used eyeshadow that like I use the most on the face. I don't know if that sentence made sense, but you know what I mean. It's one of those things like you can tell it's a eyeshadow and not a highlighter, but I don't care. So I think those are all the eyeshadows that I was supposed to use today. And now we're gonna get into the liner. So I think I don't want to do purple, pink. I want to do pink. We're gonna do this really light pink from the Rest in Pastels palette by Holograph Cosmetics. It's the Moonwater palette. Or maybe I could do this one from the Cemetery Sunset, like the pink one. Huh. No, I want to do the light pink. Making my mind is hard, okay? Okay, so let me take a good amount of that pink. And I think I'm gonna go right above it. So something like this. So something like this. And I think I'm gonna use that pink, and we're also gonna do a little bit here in the inner part. Like you can't really see that, but I just want that to be there, so that when I'm gonna put like a pink eyeliner in the waterline, it's gonna all create a line. Hi, so this is the final look, and I just used my Thrill Seeker mascara from Rimmel. Then I have this She's Color Style Zone Twin eye pencil, and I've used this one. It's more like a light purple, but like you can't really tell the difference unless you're super close. Obviously I have the Moon Water. I have the Moon Water water activated liner from Hollow Grave, and I've used the pink shade. This is the palette, this is the Rest in Pastels palette. Love that one. I have the Rimmel Kind and Free concealer in the shade Ivory, in the shade 10 Fair, I'm sorry. I've used the Beauty Bay eyeshadow primer and the NYX glitter primer. Then I have the Kaleidos Cloud Lab Lip Clay in the shade Fiamma. It's this kind of like reddish pinky shade, because it was just, I don't know, I haven't worn this in a long time, and I love the consistency of these. I don't like that they don't really set fully. It's like a little bit of an annoying thing about them, but I do really like the way that they feel on the lips. This is the close-up. I really like this look. Is it the super like sparkly, I don't know, like crazy look that I usually do? No, but it's definitely something different that I don't do very often. And yeah, I think it's cute. I think it's really fun. I've had so much fun using these, and just like, I don't know, I feel like it made me reach for shades that I don't reach for a lot, like the shade Devour from Devour palette. I don't really use that one a lot. The Grimoire and Cove from Spring Magic, I also don't really use them all that much. And I wouldn't use the shade Afterlife and Undead together from this palette, from the All I Ever Wanted, because it just, I don't know, the Afterlife is probably the one that's the most like cooler tone and just kind of, I don't know, dead looking to me. Like it's just, it doesn't do much. The others are a lot more sparklier and just more fun for me personally. But that's just like, that's just a personal preference. So yeah, this is the final look. Let me know what you think about this one. Let me know if you've enjoyed this one. And comment down below which brand I should do next. We don't have that many options, but we can do Odin's Eye, Cosmic Brushes, Gourmand Girls. We could do Colourpop or Little Cosmetics. Can we do something else? We could do Shall We Makeup. I have 3 palettes from Shall We Makeup, so we could do that. Is that it? Or do we have more? I can't think of any brand that I have multiple palettes of right now, other than these. But yeah, definitely let me know if you would want something like this with any of these palettes. I think it could be really fun, especially like with the ColourPop or with the Gourmand Girls. Even the little palettes, because I only have the 4 elemental palettes from the Avatar The Last Airbender collection, and I would really like to use them again all together, so that could be really fun. Let me know if you would want the little next, because I've been really enjoying them, but I haven't used them all that much. Like, I think I've used the Earth one the most, and I've used her like 4 times because I've been constantly reviewing these days. So if you would want to see that, definitely write it down below. Definitely comment that down below, and I will definitely do that. And with that being said, I hope you have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be super happy to see you next time.